After shooting and killing JM KARIÚKI, Ben Gethi never even at once felt guilty. He continued with his work as the commandant of GSU training school. No, as the commandant of GSU, General Service Unit. He continued that way for 3 or so years when Jomo Kenyatta died. When Jomo Kenyatta died, Moi did not like Bernard Hinga. He did not like Bernard Hinga because Bernard Hinga was used to being left to do his work. During Jomo Kenyatta's time, Bernard Hinga would run the police force professionally. So Bernard Hinga once or twice showed that he was uncomfortable with Moi micromanaging the police force. So one time they had a heated argument at State House. Then Moi told him, okay, enda ufanye kazi yako tu. Si unasema kazi ni yako, enda ufanye. When he went back to Vigilance headquarters, Vigilance House, he found that the name tag on the door was indicating Ben Gethi, Commissioner of Police. When he opened the office, when he opened the door and entered his office, he found Ben Gethi seated on his seat with the epaulets of a commissioner of police. That was a direct way of telling him that he no longer was the police boss. Gethi continued being the police boss, police commissioner, from there henceforth. And at no time did Ben Gethi feel guilty for what he had done. It is only after the coup attempt that Ben Gethi was even taken to Nyayo House, Nyayo torture chambers, that he started feeling guilty. He started feeling guilty for what he had done. If you remember, during my presentation to the Parliamentary Select Committee, I had talked of an intelligence officer who was implicated in the Ouko assassination. And he told me, he was called Omwenga. He told me that his serikali ni mbaya, hata uifanyie kazi itakuruka. The same feeling the Ben Gethi started feeling. He felt that when the government needed him, he was there. But now he needed the government, but the government was not there for him. It is if the coup attempt would not have happened, if he would not have been arrested, if he would not have been tortured, he would have even died with zero regret. Then from there, you can also remember Hezekiah Oyugi, when he was about to die, he talked in his vernacular and said, whatever I did for the government. Now it is for you and me to interpret whatever he did. So Gethi, at no time did Gethi ever feel guilty for what he did. It is only that when the authority turned against him that he started feeling guilty. And then later on, I don't know when, he gathered his sons and told his sons that it is upon them to tell the whole world that he regretted what he did. Now for the non-Kikuyus, let me teach you about my mother's tribe or my mother's culture. I'm half a Kikuyu. According to the Kikuyu, if your parent tells you something while he or she is alive and then dies before overturning what he or she had said, then it was compulsory for you to say it. So it just happened that when I disclosed it to the whole world, the family felt, you know, take yourself to be in his son's feet or shoes. On one hand, they are compelled by tradition that they must tell the whole world that their father killed his former classmate or schoolmate. And on the other hand, you feel that because when your relative has died, you are the custodian of his or her honor. Now, you being the custodian of his or her honor, being seen or perceived now to be talking negative of him was very hard. So when I came up and talked that, they have already communicated to me that they are grateful that their father's dying wish of the truth being known has been done. And they are also happy that it did not come from them because they were uncomfortable from doing that. Lastly, I consider him, Ben Gethi, as maternal uncle. Why? My father, he's the one who told my father that my father was having marital problems, and he's the one who told him to look for another wife. And he said, "He kazi ya police, you are only given a few days home and you have no time to." He said, "Why don't I take you to our home, then introduce you to a girl from there?" And that is how my parents knew each other, and that I consider him as my paternal uncle. Tell the truth, and the truth shall set you free.